It's only been a month. It's not that big of a deal. Just
Yeah, who
kick ourselves
cares?
back into gear. Who cares? All right, let's fucking go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer. I think I'm a doomer. Damn, I'm Micah Zoomer. Okay. EGGWHITE coming with the heat. I stay fooling with my
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the whole entire world dedicated to radical centrism. I'm your host, Ryan. Joining me as always is Micah. What is up, buddy?
Oh, it feels oh so good to hear that wonderful song again and be back here on the show with you, Orion.
Rekindling the flame, indeed, my friend. You might be wondering, you the viewer, the grilla out there listening, wondering, where the hell have you guys been? What happened to my steady stream of dopamine that your content supplied? What the fuck is going on? You know? And what would surprise you is that we've actually been doing shows all month, and you just missed out on them because they've been live in person for an audience of one. Man of the people Micah going out there, shaking hands, kissing babies, meeting the fans, only the ones who are cool enough to subscribe to the Gumroad. Micah, can you tell us a little bit about your expedition across America, meeting up with those loyal grillas?
Yeah, no, I've been on an extensive public relations campaign for the Grillcast here, doing live shows for audiences of ones of people, multiple ones of people, mostly people that pay us money on the Gumroad, which is another reason that you should subscribe. This is a great opportunity, a great opportunity to get your foot in the door, to have an opportunity to meet a real life e-celebrity, to potentially pay for his drinks and his food, to potentially have him say nice things about you, but then call you ugly behind your back. It's a fantastic chance that you have here. We're still doing these tours, probably for the next, just indefinitely, as long as you give us money.
Yeah, that's one thing, Mike, is that you've met up with a grand total of 3 of our fans now. And
apparently 4.
I've met up with 4. Up to 4. Oh my God. So you're hanging out, shaking hands. I'm wondering, I met 0 of our fans. What the fuck, guys? Why does everyone want to hang out with you and not me? It makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong here, What's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them were just like nervous that, they would, make you feel uncomfortable with their height and their dashing good looks.
Well, look, I do want to ask
your senses.
I would get very scared. I would know immediately that our fans are fake cells, and that would send me into a death spiral there. I want to ask you though, Mike, how much were you able to milk our fans for? Like free drinks, dinner, that sort of thing.
The whole 9 yards. I mean, they were practically offering to give me handies under the table. I mean, it got to the point where I had to graciously deny any further gift giving.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was just, I have a conscience, unlike you. So I couldn't just stand by.
No, I would definitely not be doing that. I would milk them for everything that they had. I'd take direct deposits on the spot, make them Cash App, Venmo me, that sort of deal. Because being an electronic celebrity, it means that you're actually doing them a favor by making them buy you stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, sure. I mean, but and this right here is, yet another reason why they prefer to hang out with me and not you. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Well, look, fans of the show out there, if you do want to meet me, I want to, let you know what you're getting into, what you should be expecting. I do expect, expensive goods. And I want you to quote the best lines from our show. Let me know that you're listening. I'll also quote the best lines from the show, and I'll have one eyebrow raised, like, huh? I'll get mad if you don't laugh at my jokes, even if they're not that funny, because they're coming from an electronic celebrity. It's like John Cena when he does Make-A-Wish, like you're privileged to have that person there with.
So anyway,
Well, anyway, so one of the dates that Micah went on with these fans, going on dates with these guys, is he went to the Libertarian convention in D.C. just this past weekend. The Libertarian convention, the highest IQ people on the planet.
It wasn't the Libertarian convention. It was an event outside filled with these people. Yeah. So full disclosure, Gamers Against Weed John, I will never forgive you for this. You dragged me into a basement full of libertarians. And that is a sin beyond reproach.
What did it smell like in there? That's my first question.
Not good. Not good. It smelled not good. I can tell you that much. And, aside from having a fat gay guy hit on us and try to get us drunk, I also had to listen to Dave Smith for, practically 30 minutes go on and be cringe and try to do a live podcast to a bunch of smelly, dysgenic white dudes who care a little bit too much about taxes.
Isn't that funny? Like, I make $40,000 a year, but I'm really pissed off about taxes.
Yeah.
They're taking literally hundreds of dollars from me.
It's the party of principle, Ryan. So obviously it's about the principle. It's the principle.
Is there anything
that matters.
Gayer than having principles that don't directly benefit you?
No, probably not.
If I was a rich guy,
these are it's like you said, the fact that they have nothing to gain from supporting these they are truly the least opportunistic people in politics, and I can't abide by that.
That's why they always lose.
The whole point of politics is to take what you want and take what you need.
I mean, it's a big pie. There's lots of there's lots to take from this pie, and to actively go against that and say that you're better for not doing it. That's why they always lose. But since you were there, you went to the Libertarian convention this weekend, you're at this Dave Smith event, you shot lots of videos, did some man on the street interviews, pulled some fun pranks, that sort of thing, brought us lots of content for the show today. So I know this is going to be a good one. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, I forgot my camera. So I kind of just got drunk and stole a bunch of their merch.
Well, wait a minute. What? Micah, I didn't do any show prep. I thought we were... Micah, you shot lots of video. The man on the street interviews.
I kind of just got way too drunk.
The fun stunts.
And acted like I was a drug dealer offering to sell people gold. Like walking up to people and being like, "Hey, dude, don't be weird or anything. I've got gold bars. I've got 8-ounce bars, 12-ounce bars. All right, I'm going for market rate right now." I also me and my friend were also asking people if they wanted to see something cool, and then just started doing the little Uzi dance. And then we just stole some stuff and left.
Oh man, the show's washed now for sure. That was kind of, you're telling me about your plans to jump a rascal scooter over the fattest libertarian woman. You're telling me plans
what
of
women? Although I did tell you, I did mention I ran into what's her face from the Timcast, the one that looks like the Crypt Keeper, and she is beat.
You said the redheaded woman, right?
Yeah,
you ran into her.
Yeah, and I will tell you right now, for those of you who unfortunately watch the Timcast, that whatever's going on that camera during their show is a lie.
You're saying that she was not so good. That she was the incarnation of the wall, personified.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I had to step away. I had to get some air.
Well, I imagine you'd have to anyway, being at the Libertarian convention. I mean, it has to be like an anime convention, met a video game convention,
it is.
And then had a retarded baby. And that is the genesis of this convention.
Yeah, and I'm hoping
a lot of cross action there.
Besides, my presence there was not of note. Obviously, I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't serve the purpose I was supposed to serve for our program, to milk content out of these people. And I apologize to the Grillisha. It was not my intent to fail you in such a magnificent way. But we can talk a little bit about something interesting that did happen there. Donald Trump was there the day after I was. Coincidence?
You set that up. Dude, okay, so yeah, Donald Trump did visit the only mainstream candidate to visit the Libertarian convention
The only
ever, I would
orange
assume.
candidate. The only orange candidate as well.
The only one. And, you know, he was there. He's hoping to convert some libertarians to his side. He's building a broad coalition of derelicts. He also went to the Bronx recently. He's trying to do everything he can to kind of go outside of his normal base. Instead of, you know, fat, smelly white dudes who are Republicans, he thought maybe these fat, smelly white dudes who are libertarians, maybe they'll listen to me. Maybe we can get
tell the difference.
some action there. Right. So I have a video we can watch of some libertarians reacting to the news that Donald Trump will be speaking at their humble convention.
I'd like to propose that we go tell Donald Trump to go fuck himself.
Hear, hear!
Standing ovation for that.
We are a libertarian convention looking to nominate libertarians. We do not need to give that time to non-libertarians.
This is not a GOP cuckolding convention.
Fuck Donald Trump! Fuck Donald Trump! I move to vacate the chair.
Whoa!
Wow.
God, you know, I feel like I've made this point about 1,000,000 times, but gee, these people, they are all Reddit moderators. Every single one of them. You can look at them, they share the phenotype.
Yeah.
They were born in a vat.
They've got the pedophilic Discord moderator phenotype.
Right. And, you know, it's just amazing being able to have my biases confirmed. Just watching that, seeing them go up there saying, dude, what if we just went here and we said, fuck Trump actually, right before he came up? That'll really be an arrow to the heart there, won't it?
I feel
Imagine
like
Donald Trump hearing that seething, sneezing,
So I think they could possibly circumvent the issue that they appear to have every year with people coming up to the mic and saying retarded shit. So at the convention, one of the things that they have to do is they have to kind of draft like the rules and laws of the party and of the convention, how that works. And I think what could really help them kind of control for this sort of thing in the future is just create a rule in the bylaws that says before you're allowed to go to the microphone to raise points of order or anything like that, or to even vote on anything at the convention, you have to post physique first, and then you would be able thereby you would be able to filter out most of these problem individuals.
Well, then who would they have left to speak? It would just be a bunch of guys in a room looking at each other.
Dave
like,
Smith's
is
there.
anyone going to go up?
He's, you know,
Is one guy going to go up?
I'm sure. Look, I am confident that there is at least how many is a handful? 5 people.
Dude, the only libertarian libertarians that could fit that stringent model of not being a morbidly obese neckbeard is the gay libertarian protecting his weed farm with the legal assault rifle. And he's not there, you know, he's busy protecting his farm. It's just not happening. But Dave Smith is there. You did bring him up, Dave Smith. He went up, you know, before Donald Trump. He took umbrage, actually, with this libertarian reaction to somebody of note finally gracing this convention with his presence. Somebody who isn't just a Redditor, coming finally to speak. He doesn't like this reaction. He doesn't like how these people are talking like a bunch of addle-pated simpletons. So he goes to set the record straight. Let's see what noted libertarian comic, I suppose.
And Jew.
I don't know about that. I've never really heard him say anything funny ever. But, you know, Joe Rogan says he's funny. So let's see what Dave Smith has to say about this whole debacle.
Guys, listen, here's my message to the libertarians here. The former president of the United States of America and the current frontrunner to be the next president is here to talk to you. We are not a bunch of college leftist sissies. We believe in free speech. So be respectful. I'm not telling you have to agree with him, and I'm not telling you have to cheer for him. But we're not having like Jordan Peterson at Berkeley event here. And the message we're sending to the world is not that we can't handle ideas that we disagree with.
Yeah, well, sorry, Dave Smith, but those kids at Berkeley did the right thing.
Right. You know, he says, "Oh, we're not just like college liberals. We're not like just a bunch of fat guys who are smelly. We're not a bunch of simpletons who have deeply unrealistic and unpopular platforms. We're not just like them." Hey, newsflash, Dave Smith. Yes, you are. The horseshoe theory once again, unstumpable. And you know, as far as Dave Smith, oh, go ahead.
Well, I do. I mean, you know, and I'm sure we're going to get to this, but I do give them some credit, you know, for booing Donald Trump. You know, I have to give them a little bit of credit. I mean, just based on what Trump says to them, the opportunity that Trump presents to them, and they refuse to cave into the kind of wing cuck temptation that is to join forces with Donald Trump, or RFK for that matter.
Well, you know, that's the thing about being deeply principled, about having such steadfast convictions in the face of annihilation. I mean, these are people, they're going to be taxed at 110%. They're going to have nothing and not be happy. They won't even be happy. And they'll have their backs against the wall. They'll be staring at the wall, and they'll say, "At least I'm dying with my convictions."
They'll be staring at Tim Pool's co-host.
Yeah, they'll be staring at Tim Pool's fugly ass Skeletor personification of the wall. At least I die with my principles intact.
At least the Tim Cass came to the LP convention.
And you know, Dave Smith, he's very successful amongst the libertarians. I think every libertarian event that's ever happened in the last 5 years has him as a prominent speaker.
Do you think that
as a noted individual?
Do you not think that has more to do with Dave Smith not having anything else to do?
Well, there's that.
Because that's why I went over there.
Well, I think the reason why he's
bored.
so successful there is because he's the only person in the entire convention who doesn't look like a Reddit Janny. Like, we brought this up in a recent show. Recent is in like a month ago or something. Our last show. But we brought this up that, you know, these people, they'll see somebody who agrees with their point of view, who isn't just completely destroyed as a human, who looks like they have a soul, that they might have a normal person or a normal family life, and they say, "Oh, we need to rise this guy to the top." No. Is he particularly funny? No. Is he insightful? No. Is he smart? No. Is he impactful in any way? No. But he's better than all of us combined. So let's just get this guy to the front of the stage. It makes us look better by comparison.
Right. No, he has these people, and they're orbiting him because they see how he looks and how confident he is, and they think, well, maybe if we stick with this guy, God will overlook us as his mistakes and allow us into the kingdom of heaven.
You know, Dave Smith is just a stupid name, too. Like, imagine his parents must have been like the definition of NPCs. You have a kid, you're going to name him Dave Smith. Just the default name.
That's like, it's like one step removed from John Doe.
Yeah. I want my kid to not have any identity coming into the world.
Let me just
whatsoever.
make him the most generic nigga of all time.
Dude, shame on his parents. They made him like this. But, you know, so he goes up there, steadfastly defends
Bravely.
Donald Trump. Bravely.
Yes.
Going against the grain, saying, "Hey, we're not just like those college liberals. We're not literally the same thing, made out of the same mold." So yeah, Trump, he takes the stage. He goes up there, and he delivers his message. Will the libertarians, wise as they are, smart as they are, will they heed his message? Will they listen to him? Or do they have thoughts of their own? Let's find out.
Combine with us in a partnership. We're asking that of the libertarians. We must work together. Combine with us. You have to combine with us. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. Anyone can talk about defending freedom, but I've actually put everything on the line to resist these despots and these stuff. And I stand before you tonight as your best hope of defeating the weaponized Biden. United, we will be unstoppable. If we unite, we are unstoppable. I will be a true friend to libertarians in the White House.
You know, I just don't get how they don't respect his offer there.
Well,
He
yeah,
comes out, he promises them a lot. Hey, combine with us and Joe Biden won't win.
I mean, that's
How could
not
they
all.
not
I mean,
be chomping at the bit?
no, he gave them like legitimate offers here. Like, so they gave him like a whole bunch of shit basically that they wanted addressed. He promised to commute the sentence of the guy who made the Silk Road, the dark web, black market drug and all that shit website. He promised to put libertarians in his cabinet and into appointed positions. This is he's giving them basically a opportunity to have power and relevance. Not only that, if the Libertarian Party nominated or endorsed him, then his name would be on the ballot twice, once as a Republican, once as a Libertarian or whatever, or you would have like the unit. But either way, like people would see that, people would go, "Oh, the Libertarian, what the fuck is that?" And
What is that?
Yeah, and
That's
they
the
would
true
get,
grill pill. Like, you go to the voter ballot, you're like a libertarian. Ooh, haven't heard of that.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
he's offering them relevance. He's offering them notoriety. He's offering them power, and they're booing him. And it's because they're so principled.
Well,
They're
did he ever
they're
once
principled.
mention the age of consent up there? Look,
This is true.
I'm hearing you. He talks about, I'll free one guy. I'll put a libertarian. I'll put Rand Paul or something as like Secretary of Transportation. I don't know.
Yeah,
But you got to vote for me to destroy Joe Biden. Did he ever once say? And look, I know there's all these rules coming out about how you can't make AI child pornography. Not under me. That would have a resounding applause. That would have a resounding, support
that's
of the
exactly
base. He
right.
doesn't know how to connect with these people.
He doesn't, because he's so used to, we're gonna own the libs, and he receives thunderous applause. But to these people, all these people really want is to not have roads and to have civilian nuclear weapons.
Look, if you went up there and you said, under my administration, I will see to it that every Reddit and Discord moderator gets paid a living wage. Woo! Yeah! He would have swept. He would have swept, but he didn't commit to it. He doesn't know his audience.
Yeah.
And that's why he has to take their thunderous booing.
No, and he was clearly, if you watch the whole speech, besides making fun of them, he did pander very hard. I just think he didn't pander hard enough.
Yeah, he really does need to learn how to do that better. He took the most surface level issues that you could hope for. He
Joe
didn't even
Biden,
say pardon.
bad.
That really is that's a core message of every presidential
argument.
election now. It's just like, well, you don't want the other guy, right? Me.
Yeah.
But, Donald Trump, he's not going to take this sitting down. He's not just going to get booed. He famously does not like people not backing him up. It really bothers him, gets under his skin. He seethes, he molds. Some would even say he copes and dilates. So let's see how he responds to this outpouring of negative reception.
That's nice. That's nice.
He's seething, dude.
Only if you want to win. Only if you want to win. Maybe you don't want to win. Maybe you don't want to win.
Yeah.
Thank you, D-Roy. Thank you. No, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years. The reasons for doing so.
Oh.
He does speak truth to power there.
Yeah, no, he was 100% mad. Like he was mad. He was upset. But
that was not on the script. That was not on the script. He was
the script
all right,
was
Donald,
not.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna go up. You're gonna say you're gonna free Ross Ulbricht. You're gonna say that you're a friend of the Libertarians. They might boo a little bit, but you'll be okay, right? Yeah, no problem. It's fine. It's cool. It did not turn out to be cool or fine.
Somebody needed to go up on the stage and tell them to their faces, you're gonna get 3% or less. Okay, that's just what's gonna happen. All this stuff, you guys are LARPing.
3% a pipe dream.
You guys are live action role playing. You do this every 4 years.
You're LARPing.
You're live action role playing, being a fucking legislator. Okay,
well,
and
look,
having a party.
They had a chance at one point. And then they didn't nominate John McAfee. What happens? Everything goes to shit.
This is true.
Everything dies.
This is
they
true. And
had their shot.
By the way, speaking of John McAfee, while I was at a offshoot party at the LP convention in one of those like hotel room where people hang out and drink, I heard from someone, a credible source, that John McAfee is still alive. For anyone who is curious, yeah,
that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah,
it's like at the end of like Ocean's 11, where
a friend, someone I was talking to was describing to me how a friend of theirs was receiving phone calls from McAfee after he was declared dead.
So I was talking to this guy in a tinfoil hat.
No.
He was telling me all about how John McAfee.
I met this guy. Hey, I met this guy.
So I was doing blow in the bathroom.
This is a credible
and the guy
source.
I was doing, he whipped out a bag of meth. I didn't snort.
This guy was
the
wearing
meth.
a 3-piece suit, Orion. Okay, do you have a 3-piece suit?
He was wearing a 3-piece suit, and he had his wiener out. And he says to me, John McAfee's still alive. Look to the skies. The truth is out there.
He only smelled a little bit drunk, okay? And I obviously, I can't confirm or deny whether or not it's true, but I can say that this individual sucked me off in a very credible way.
How did this conversation come up? Did he just like give you this tip with no pretext?
Yes,
nothing.
They just started
just like,
telling
hey, man.
They just started telling me this unprovoked.
See, because that seems like something that I would do. I'd get drunk. I'd go to an event like this. Hey, man, I have proof. Not actual proof, but I know a guy and talked to a guy who said John McAfee's still alive. You got any more of that cocaine? Could I get a line?
Hey, dude,
anyway, let me tell you.
Why are you being such a Debbie Downer? I thought you would be happy to hear this.
Look, I'm elated. I'm elated at the news. I'm elated at the possibility.
You should be thanking me for delivering this this revelation.
All I know is if it turns out not to be true, if you're a mysterious man in a three-piece suit.
Have you seen the body? I haven't seen the body.
I don't know. That is a good point. The body has not been produced. It could have been a hoax. You've swayed me with your insistence on the trustworthiness of this random guy who told you he was still alive unprovoked. Though I guess if you're gonna share that news, like the Libertarian convention would be the place to do it, and you'd be really hyped up on it.
Yeah.
I know something that you don't.
Well, anyway,
so Donald Trump, he's getting booed. He's clapping back at the crowd, sneezing, coping. You might be thinking, they don't want to make this mighty coalition of morbidly obese white guys who get pissed off at black people and morbidly obese white guys who get pissed off at taxes. They don't want to join this coalition, right? Because they have their own champion to bring to the ring. They have their own guy who's going to pave the way to the future, who has a real legitimate shot and opportunity, and that would be Libertarian candidate for presidency, Chase Oliver. Okay, Chase Oliver. You might be thinking, I've never heard of this guy. Who is this guy? Whoa! You're holding on to your seat right now, just waiting for that moment, that opportunity to learn
about the guy who is quite possibly, he could be the next big thing. You don't know.
He could be our next president. So I have his campaign video that I found on his Twitter where he has 18,000 followers. So, pretty good.
It's a pretty big deal. He's bigger than us.
He's bigger than us. He's a big deal. He's a legitimate electronic celebrity, this Chase Oliver.
We're essentially the bar for determining whether or not you are an electronic celebrity.
Right. So, let's see what Chase Oliver has to say about, his run for presidency. Let's see how he inspires the will of the American voter to support him, to get behind him, because he is gay. He wants the voters behind him. He's literally gay. Did you know that?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. Hoo-wee. Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll have another gay guy as president after Obama. Let's see. Let's see what he has to say.
Who is going to help put
Even his
things in
shoes
place
are
that
gay, dude.
future party members can build upon to make this party better?
Oh my god.
Chase has the
my
passion
God.
and tenacity that it takes to reach voters of all ages and give us something to hope for.
Oh my god.
Chase
It's not
Oliver
even, like,
has
fitted
proven
well.
that he's willing to put in the work needed.
I have watched him tirelessly work to spread the message of love and liberty.
He just works so damn hard.
I built my presidential campaign on activism and positive aspirational messaging. The results? Featured in numerous media outlets and podcasts. Prominent appearances like the Free and Equal Debate and the Iowa State Fair Soapbox. More than 500 volunteers and a full team of experienced professionals. More donors than any other Libertarian
All
president.
right, so I want to pause on this right here. Campaign donations, thousands. So he's gotten
does that mean-
$72,000.
No, I think that means number of people who have donated. So like 7,200 donations.
Oh, well,
Or
even
no,
then,
you could be right. No, you could be right. It could be 72,000.
you know, in my head canon, he's made $72,000 running
Yeah, that's
this.
fair.
You guys, this guy's going to be president. He's been on podcasts. He's been on a podcast, dude. Look, he's gotten more donations than anyone. He's gotten 72,000. Hornberger only got 64,000. Rectorwald? Rectumwald? He
Rectum?
only got 51,000.
Wait,
dude.
you're telling me we got a horn burger and a rectum walled, and these
Yeah.
guys lost just to Oliver.
Just to Oliver. Because, you know, Oliver, he's an awe-inspiring candidate. He goes out there, he has his, isn't it weird how fucked up his teeth are? Did you notice that looking at him?
Again, rectum
It looks like you could
walled.
flip a switch on his head
Re-
and his mouth would become a garbage disposal, dude.
What is wrong with the LP? You have a guy named Rectum, a guy named Hornberger, and you choose the gay man.
Dude, I don't know. Like, inherently, if you're
The
a gay
meme-
guy and
the
you have
meme
teeth that are
potential.
fucked up like that, like, doesn't that seem kind of counterintuitive?
I don't know, man.
Wouldn't that be the first thing that you spend your $72,000 of campaign donations on? Like,
Or how about
hey, I'm
a
gonna
tailor
fix my
that
mouth.
can like correctly fit you into a suit? Or how about like someone who can produce a video that isn't a fucking high school student?
No,
I don't
but dude,
know.
he has hundreds of people volunteering for him. You don't understand.
the hundreds of people that he's had promiscuous gay sex with.
Yeah, this is my volunteer team. We met at the bathhouse. They also have a problem
I
with
know
high
these-
taxes and the age of consent.
I know each. I can vouch for the fact that each and every one of these people is highly reliable in bed and able to last. They have endurance. They can go the distance.
They have the stamina to go
Yeah.
through a rigorous campaign.
my butthole.
So yeah, $72,000. He appears on podcasts and on the news. So I mean, that's top tier. Right there.
Are we gonna try to get him on our show? Is that the? Am I gonna have
God,
to do
we
that?
probably could.
Probably. We got
Well,
fucking.
let's see what else his credentials are, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see what else he brings to the table here, because $72,000 and having been on a podcast, those are pretty high accolades.
And I'm not just preaching to the Libertarian choir. I'm expanding the congregation.
Oklahoma held a Libertarian primary.
Chase Oliver won more than 60% of the vote.
All right, let's look at this vote total here. He won over 60% of the vote with 569 votes to Jacob Hornberger's 360. This is his promotional material. This is how he goes and tries to make a name for himself. Dude, I made 569 votes.
Yeah, right next to the weather
Right next to the weather, right?
and the traffic.
With the,
and
with the
traffic.
traffic. Dude, anybody who's watching this is looking directly at the weather. And then look at his picture here for president, Libertarian.
Yeah.
The other guy, big wide smile.
Yeah.
Chase Oliver, lips sealed tight. Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Is it because he has a fucked up motor mouth? How do you not fix that? Am I the only one who's fixated on that? Like, you
I
can't
must
be
have-
a candidate for president and have a fucked up garbage disposal mouth.
Well, we'll have to ask him about it when he comes on the show.
Dude, he looks like he could fucking take down a tree with his teeth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fell it like a beaver would. Well, anyway, let's continue. Let's continue on here. This is going great.
This election, 41 million Gen Zers will have the power to vote. They're fed up with the status quo and the negativity the two old parties give them. What they demand is a candidate who resonates with their vision, who grasps their ambitions, and who champions their freedoms. That candidate is me. Let's do this. Let's leave 1% in the dust and run a viable campaign at a time when America is searching for new voices. I'm honored to be the first libertarian.
So
this fucking
he shows
guy.
his Google searches for the last 60 days. Look, people looked me up in all these states. Every one of those dots is one person looking him up.
Yeah, I was gonna comment on the 41 million new voters cope. They literally use that same cope every time. Like every third party presidential candidate ever has used that cope. And then this came up, and I thought it wouldn't get any worse, and then it fucking did. Just listen to him for a second. His voice, his posture, his presence. He has the fucking charisma of a piece of food that you didn't really want in the first place that you dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
Like that is this man's level of charisma.
Dude,
I just want to he's the type of person that starts talking to you and you're listening to him and you just want to get away. I don't want to talk. I don't hate this person or anything. I just don't want to I don't want to talk to you.
You just immediately zone out and wait for him to stop talking so you can go,
so you can say
that's
you
crazy,
have to do
man.
Something. Yeah,
shit, I have a lot to do today. Like, fuck, I gotta go, bro. Like,
start talking to the person directly behind you at the party.
And also, right here, this photo he uses, Chase for president, and it's him with a megaphone. Megaphones are for schizophrenics to stand on the street corner. That's what he's doing. I'm a serious political candidate. You can tell because of the use of my megaphone that says free to bay on it.
There's nothing that says people want to listen to me than a megaphone.
Right. You use a megaphone because nobody wants to listen to you, so you have to force them to while they're trying to stroll about the town. They're just trying to get brunch, and this asshole's standing there. And let me tell you one other thing about how these Gen Z kids are going to vote for me.
I've groomed enough of them to know how persuadable they are, and they will come to our side.
Trust me, I know how to persuade them. First, you buy them some gifts. You try and be a mentor to them. You know? And then you isolate them. You get them alone. You tell them not to tell their parents about the things
don't
that you
talk
told
to your
them.
family.
Don't talk to your family about these.
They don't support you for who you are. Not like I do.
I can tell you're very smart, actually. You're very smart for your age. That's what he says to these Gen Z kids. It's like you're not even a kid. It's like you're a real adult like me. Oh, fuck.
I'm Oliver Chase, and I approve this messaging.
Let's see what else he has to say.
Candidate for president to ever campaign in all 50 states. People ask me, where do you get the energy to run a 50-state campaign for president? Well, it certainly isn't just me. It's made up of our donors and supporters, the hundreds of volunteers who come out and help, and our amazing staff on the ground. The time is now for our party to invest in reaching out to Generation Z. If we neglect this amazing opportunity to reach out to millions of new voters, we will regret it.
And I'm supporting Chase Oliver.
I choose to support Chase Oliver.
I will be supporting Chase Oliver.
I'm proud to be supporting Chase Oliver for president.
I'm Chase Oliver, a candidate for president, and I approve this message.
You fucking paid for that? You fucking paid for that?
Well, dude, he had to spend his $72,000 somewhere.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And
dude, he got an Indian guy on Fiverr to make that.
Dude, people thought fucking Gary Johnson was cringe. I mean, he was.
That's tough, dude. That is tough. When you're looking back on the glory days of Gary Johnson, fuck, that's back when we meant something.
Yeah.
That's back when we really had a shot. Now we have this guy, Chase Oliver.
I mean, at least, again, it's like I was saying before, this guy just, there's nothing about him speaking that makes me want to continue watching. At least with Gary Johnson, it was oh, this guy's kind of funny. He's kind of a goofball. He's, seems to be somewhat
Gary
endearing.
Johnson smokes weed, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I don't even buy that this guy smokes weed. I think he's literally just there for the age of consent stuff. There's two types of libertarians. The weed libertarians and the age of consent libertarians. Choose your path wisely.
Which way, libertarian man?
Well, Chase Oliver, he's got some very strong competition. You know, lots of libertarians thinking to themselves, do I go with him or do I go with Daddy Trump, who's offering a coalition, who's offering to help us out,
Who's
give us
offering us
positions
power
of
and money and clout?
Yeah, he's offering us something other than a dead end.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, that's what I have on the libertarian shit. You know, I was really, I'm sorry for that segment, a little bit half-assed. I was really depending on our boy Micah here to
and,
come through for us with all of his hijinks and scripted, recorded plans.
Look, after we had that episode where their fucking secretary came on, I never expected us to talk about these people again, to be quite honest with you.
That episode was a low point in my life, dude. I'll be honest, like, I just heard her talking for 2 minutes and I couldn't even come up with jokes. I was just like, what am I doing? What? How did I find myself in this position here right now?
Yeah, no,
with the pink flame of liberty.
That's the power of libertarianism.
Just to make everything it comes in contact with wither and die.
Yeah.
That's its power.
Yeah, it's powerful. But yeah, let's move on from that. Let's cover some more fun topics.
Yeah, let's,
enough with the doom and the gloom and the AIDS and
yeah, enough with the libertarians. Let's talk about people who can actually hold political office, and that would be Democrats and Republicans.
People. Yeah, people who are respectable.
Respectable people who hold power.
Serious people.
Positions of power. Serious, good people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and AOC. Recently they got in a spat at a congressional hearing. There's this thing that happens to women. When there's a lot of women in the same room, they spend lots of time together. There's this phenomenon where their periods actually sync up. Did you know this?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Legitimately?
Yeah, did you know that?
Did I see this? Did I hear about this? Have I ever smelled this?
Have you ever heard of that phenomenon? It's true. You can look it up on Google. It'll back me up. Fact check it. Fact check it. And that's exactly what happened here. When these two titans of intellectual thought and rigor, they're not doing their best, not on their best day, and they get into a bit of a congressional catfight.
What the fuck?
So let's see how that starts off. It starts off with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
This is
coming
real.
out.
I just checked. I just got the source. It's true.
It's true. I told you.
It's called menstrual synchrony.
Yes, they synchronized and they used their blood magic to have ultimate combat here in this congressional hearing. Marjorie Taylor Greene starts out with
Does Congress know about this?
Comment.
We need a congressional committee open on this issue.
Just choose 5 days of the month where the women aren't allowed to come in.
Well, yeah, would it even make a difference if like they only allowed women to participate from like home, like on Zoom calls, or would they still synchronize just based off of the Zoom meetings?
I don't know.
Is it a psychological effect or is it a chemical effect?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the science behind it. I don't know the science behind it.
We're gonna need.
I don't have a degree in that
research.
Field and menstrual magic. Unfortunately, I don't have a degree.
I'm going to need to do more in-depth research on this topic so I can get back to the viewers who I know are curious.
We can't just have them be at home while they're bleeding out. What could get done if all the women were not in Congress? It would come to a halt.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, anyway, let's hear how everything would fall apart. It would be bad, very bad. But let's see how this congressional catfight comes to a start.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order,
Mr. Chairman.
That's beneath
would
even
you please begin the order of your committee.
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Greene's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack
meeting will
the
suspend,
physical
meeting will
appearance of another
suspend.
person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
somebody in
Don't
the fucking
even
gallery
play,
is clapping.
Baby girl, I don't think
we are gonna
so.
move and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
Oh my god!
You might think it ends there, just a little tiff, just a little tit for tat. Ooh, girl, baby girl. I feel like when AOC tries to act black, I don't buy it.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like I've heard black chicks be like, "Ooh, girl." That's not how it's done. That is not how they do it. It's an act. It was put on.
Yeah, but like I think that's like a Hispanic thing. Like sometimes when like Hispanics live in like areas with lots of black people, like New York, they kind of adopt their linguistics, like saying nigga or whatever. Like they feel like they can talk like that, and it's really
Right,
cultural
and-
appropriation, and it's frankly it's a little bit inappropriate.
I also like that it has to be moved to be stricken off the record. Like Congress,
Like we're all
Congress
gonna
people
unhear
are
it.
literally just Jannies, dude. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. We all heard it. It was recorded. It's being
on
being
YouTube.
blasted
It's
out.
on-
It's on YouTube.
We'd like to strike this from the record, except for all across the internet for all time.
I'd like to strike this from the record. Her fake eyelashes are actually quite nice.
Yeah.
And Magic the Gathering, she actually directed that comment at another black congresswoman. Don't know who it is, don't know her name. She swipes back pretty hard. She hits Marjorie Taylor Greene with that fucking with the kind of sass you can only expect from a melanated woman. But let's see how the rest of this goes.
Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
needs to apologize.
recognizes
No,
Mr.
she
Perry.
needs to
Okay,
apologize.
hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well, then
seconds.
you're not striking your words.
I am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the minority.
pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're
out
not.
of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to strike those words as well.
Move to
I would
strike
like
the
order.
lady's words again.
Dude, having to be the man there mediating that. Because we've all been in this situation, right? A couple of female family members get into a tiff, and you have to sit there and try and make it stop, but it just won't stop.
Everybody's collectively. Please, you're both just awful.
I'm not going to apologize. You triggered libtard. I'm not going to apologize.
You're not smart enough to debate me. You're not. Oh, you
Can
can't
you
say
imagine?
that. Well, I just did say that. It's just, thank God for the, which godforsaken amendment was it?
The 19th?
Yeah, that one. Thank God. Thank God for that.
Yeah, thank God for that. Or we wouldn't get this keynote of the highest order. That's the thing. If I'm going to have an elected official, I want their bants to be a little better than that. These aren't the kind of bants that make me think, wow, this person really earned this position.
Yeah, I don't want bants for the common folk. I'd like a little bit more highbrow, intellectually advanced banter from my elected representatives.
It's fun too, watching them. Everybody else there, they're having this very personal tiff with each other, getting very mad at each other. Like they're not inconveniencing a room of literally hundreds of their coworkers and colleagues. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's almost like these people are unable to have basic human empathy and emotions or something.
These women
are elected.
You're saying these elected
these
women are incapable of empathy.
Well, they're incapable of just acting normal for some reason.
I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, dude, that comes with the territory. I mean, none of these people are fucking normal. we know this. None of these people are human beings.
Well, one of the things we're looking for that you so wisely commented on, you said, I want better bans from my people in Congress. If I'm going to be represented, have my wills, my whims, my wishes, truly represented, I want somebody who can make better claps than your eyelashes are bad, bitch.
Yeah.
So let's see what a true black queen brings to the table. We've seen a white woman. We've seen a spicy Latina. actually a mild Latina when it comes down to it, as we've seen. What happens when a black queen gets into the game? Let's find out.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the words.
There's another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right,
get
okay,
your members under
here's
control.
the correct parliamentary. Ms. Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words, but I'm not apologizing.
Without objection.
Not apologizing.
21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
I'm trying to find clarification on what qualifies.
Chairman, motion to strike those
I had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this is what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Ms.
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can
no.
you please calm
Dude,
down?
he's so
Me to calm
defeated.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
Chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes.
You can keep saying order, dude. You're not gonna
wow.
get it.
Somebody's felt it. Somebody got fucking
Dude.
beat in that exchange.
Let's be honest. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she goes from, I'm not apologizing. Yeah, strike it from the record. Are you triggered, libtard? And then the black queen is like, what about this busted, blonde-ass bimbo
Butch
bulldog
body.
bitch? Butch body. And that's such an accurate representation of Magic the Gathering. Like, she's just,
Wait, is that her
you know,
nickname? Magic the Gathering?
MTG.
Oh my
Marjorie
God.
Taylor Greene. I see her initials. I always think Magic the Gathering, because she does kind of look like she'd be some sort of orc from that children's card game.
Yeah.
She really is. Her body though is very fridge-like, very just not good. Like, she's one of those women that you're like, huh, you know, that trans woman has been on estrogen for maybe 2 years. She's passing all right, I guess. I can still see from her mannish, her mannish physique and you know, her awful, I don't know, man. Fuck.
I'd like to strike that from the record.
I like to strike that from the record. I'm not apologizing though. I'm not apologizing. Do you think Marjorie Taylor Greene went home and like
cried into her pillow? Yes.
The person who had it worst out of all these people, all these Congress people, their day interrupted by these women's periods syncing up and having a bit of a meltdown, their husbands. When these women, all 3 of them collectively, when they got home, just fucking ruined their night. And you know what that bitch said about me? You know what that bitch, she said my eyelashes were...
Yeah. I think Marjorie is the one who suffered the greatest defeat here, because none of the insults that Marjorie levied against them, that's nothing. Those were not really anything that those people were in denial about, you know, and that those people would, you know, haven't already made peace with, I'm sure. But what was said to Marjorie?
You can change your eyebrows, but you can't change your bleach.
Yeah, you can change.
Body.
You can change your eyebrows. You can not care that you're a dumb bitch. But you know, Marjorie can't do anything about the unfortunate state of her body, and she probably tries not to think about it all the time.
Right. You know, partially that's probably where this meltdown or initial attack came from, because hurt people, you know?
Yeah.
And all of her life, she's just been reminded every day, looking in the mirror, having to come to terms with the fact that she'll never be as hot as Lauren Boebert. It's got to be rough.
Factual. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got on
that's all
the Congressional.
That's all you got on. Well, as long as we're on the topic of women, I have some uplifting, empowering news for every gorilla out there in the world today. Something we've all really, been wanting to see, at least me personally. And that is some news that has come out of where the fuck is it? Belgium. Belgium has recently within the last month, passed a law stating that the government can intervene in cases where prostitutes refuse sexual acts too frequently. Now, for far too long, in my opinion, and I think you would agree, sex workers have claimed that their work is real work, and with no real source to back up that claim. Every real worker is accountable to somebody. Your manager, boss, your shareholders, whatever. But these sex workers have never been accountable to anyone before, including God. But now some fake country in Europe has taken the first major steps to changing all that so that we finally have fairness in the sexual marketplace. Orion.
You know, I saw this news too, that these sex workers, they're going to be limited on how many people that they can deny, which I've always thought is a good thing, because how often do these sex workers say no blacks?
It's
you
true.
know, how often
It's
do they
true.
say nobody with AIDS?
It's true.
How often do they discriminate against people
No
in our
libertarians.
society? No libertarians, right? How often do they discriminate against the most vulnerable, marginalized populations that we have? So you're telling me that you can force somebody to bake a cake featuring two men having gay butt sex on it with the with the shit coming out of the ass afterwards to frost the cake. You can require this legally, that a shop owner has to make that cake. A humble baker just trying to make sorted confectionaries has to engage in this, but the sex worker can just willy-nilly choose their clients based off whatever criteria they have set. No, there needs to be a standard.
These women think that they can just discriminate against people based on these immutable qualities and act like it's a personal decision and not business discrimination.
Right. If it's going to be valid work, if we're all going to lift them up in society and say, no, you actually aren't just some gross whore, you're someone to be respected, okay? We respect you, we venerate you. You are a part of our society, a hardworking, contributing member of society. If we're going to levy that upon them, well, that also comes with the drawbacks of having to serve black people like the rest of us. Sorry.
So anyways, did I tell you about my upcoming trip to Belgium?
Oh, yeah? Are you going to go hang out with another one of the gorillas out there?
No. I'm kidding. Although, Belgium, I doubt this law really needed to be passed there, because Belgian women are fucking notorious whores to begin with. They're standardless floozies to begin with. But we need this law here in the United States. And frankly, I think this is a golden opportunity for the Democratic Party to take up the mantle and push this issue.
You know, with this in general, for so long in society, the only regulating force for these the only regulating force in society has been the strong backhand of the pimp. The only thing keeping order in the chaos that is the woman who sucks dick for money. The only thing that keeps things straight, all right? But now we're intervening with government. We're saying, look, you don't have to take one to the chin anymore.
But you do have to do your damn job.
But you do have to do your job, right? You do have to perform your duties if you want to be. Fair is fair. You can't be going around having standards. Look, it's been a long-held position in my life that whores shouldn't have standards.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't want people to we wouldn't want people to be hypocrites more than anything else.
That is the worst thing you can be. You may be a disease-ridden, dirty, filthy whore, but even worse than that, you're a hypocrite. And you don't want, as we all know, the most important thing in the world is being steadfast in your convictions and beliefs and not being a hypocrite ever.
Like the Libertarians.
Right. Learn from those noble and God-fearing people, the Libertarians.
Well, that's all I really had.
All right. Wow, what a great episode. What fun times we've had here today on the Grillcast. Micah, do you have any final words of wisdom for our gorillas out there?
Yeah, I'm not doing any shows this summer. Suck my cock.
All right, and with that, peace out, my gorillas.
I'm old as a boomer. My mind said on Zoomer. Everything cooler, long as I'm not Laura Loomer. If you think I'm not number one, I done spelled that rumor. Hit that victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default dance on a bitch. Hit the default dance on a bitch. Fly boss dance while I'm flossing in a whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no participation. News keep asking, I don't say shit. You can't have my conversation.